Bees are lighting up city landmarks and making headlines around the world today. Why is everyone suddenly so focused on saving them?
Today's date is May 30th, 2025. We're just 10 days away from World Bee Day, and the topic of pollinator decline is everywhere in the news. Let's start simple. Why do bees get a whole day dedicated to them?
It's not just about honey. More than 3/4 of our food crops rely, at least partly, on animal pollination, and bees handle the majority of that work. Without them, food production goes down, prices go up, and the whole system feels the strain. World Bee Day, which the UN started in 2018 with Slovenia's support, is about recognizing this connection and sparking action.
Slovenia led the way? That's interesting. What's their connection to bees?
They have a strong beekeeping tradition. Anton Janša, who's considered a pioneer in modern beekeeping, was Slovenian. In fact, World Bee Day falls on his birthday, May 20th. Slovenia uses that history to push for sustainable beekeeping and international awareness.
But this year, something seems different. Is it just that people are paying more attention, or are things actually getting worse for pollinators?
Unfortunately, the numbers are troubling. Habitat loss, unsustainable farming, pesticides, pollution, climate change, they all add up and hurt bee populations. The Food and Agriculture Organization has warned that if pollinators keep declining, it's not just honey we lose. Food security, especially for rural and vulnerable communities, is threatened.
Let's talk about this year's events. I've seen coverage from Algeria, Italy, Ethiopia. What's the global strategy right now?
It's really a patchwork of solutions. Take Ethiopia, Africa's top honey producer. There, sustainable beekeeping is lifting rural families out of poverty and supporting biodiversity. The Second International Forum for Action on Sustainable Beekeeping brought together people from different continents. They discussed everything from urban beekeeping to integrated pest management, approaches that can work in both developing and developed countries.
Are there places that really stand out for innovation?
A few do. The European Union, for example, is focusing on reducing pesticides and making farming more pollinator-friendly. In places like Benin, Chile, Rwanda, and Vietnam, honey is being promoted as a climate-smart commodity. North America's NAPPC has projects on research, restoring habitats, and farmer outreach. And Ethiopia's community-led beekeeping is often mentioned as a model.
How do these efforts reach regular people? What can someone actually do that makes a difference?
Simple actions matter. Planting pollinator-friendly gardens and cutting down on pesticides. These aren't just symbolic. They create safe spaces and corridors for bees. When enough people do this, it adds up. On the policy side, the FAO is working with governments to update environmental laws to protect pollinators.
Can you give an example of real-world impact from these projects?
Ethiopia's honey sector is a good case. Rural families there are earning more, so food security improves and communities can handle climate shocks better. At the same time, habitats for pollinators are being restored. And public events, like turning Geneva's Jet d'Eau fountain yellow, help raise support and awareness.
How do groups like the FAO and UN connect local successes to global action?
They focus on scaling up what works. That means funding research, backing community projects, and running education campaigns. They also support farmers and governments with technical help. So it's not just public events or policy, it's hands-on support too.
So it's more than just talks or celebrations. It's about changing real practices.
Exactly. The key message is that everyone has a part to play. Whether you're making policy, doing research, or gardening at home, your actions can help shape a future where bees and our food supply are secure.
Do you think these efforts are enough to stop the decline, or is it too late?
The science says there's still time, as long as the momentum keeps building. The more people, countries, and organizations get involved, the better our chances.
So World Bee Day this year wasn't just about celebrating bees. It was a global checkpoint for food security and ecological health.
That's right. The fate of bees is connected to our own. If pollinators do well, so do we.
If you eat food, this is your story. That's really what it comes down to.
Thank you for joining us as we explored the global push to protect bees.
We've covered the urgency, the actions happening worldwide, and the steps you can take.
Thanks for listening. This episode was brought to you by mynews.studio. Give it a try for free.